Anyone can cook, but only the fearless can be great.
Les poils étaient pignons, les vitons j'étais, et les jantons les oppas, les chichons l'étaient, on voit je les temps, les petits spoons les dents, mon don les oppas, les dons les oppas, les gens les douilles, douilles.
My name is Rose, and I am a Ratatouille superfan. I've watched Ratatouille more times than I can count. I think it's the best movie ever made. The story is fantastic, the graphics are so great for its time, the overarching meaning of anyone can cook, anyone can do anything, you know? Doesn't matter if you're a rat that has gotten lost down a drain pipe and ended up in where the drain pipes end in Paris. Is that why it smells so bad there? Anyway, that's where he ended up, okay? This means you could be anyone and become do amazing things. Like Remy the rat, who became a world-renowned chef in Gusteau's kitchen. You can do anything you want if you put your mind to it, okay? Even if you're a stinky, dirty vermin like me. Sorry, I got really dressed up for this. As you can see, I got my tuxedo on. There I was, looking to watch Ratatouille once again, like I do often. As I was looking for this movie to watch, I see this thing pop up in the corner of my eye. And I thought, what is Ratatoing? I've constantly seen this rip-off movie come up along my search for my favorite movie, Ratatouille. And every time I thought, oh my god, that's terrible. Like, why would they do this? This is horrible. What a bad excuse for a movie. But I decided to watch it. This is me in the future. I have watched Ratatouille. I know the nightmare that is the movie Ratatouille, okay? I've seen what the future holds and it's not pretty. I have a few questions for us to answer today. Is it actually comparable to Ratatouille? Is it Ratatouille light? Is it Ratatouille free trial version? Are they even related at all? What if it's just a strange coincidence? What if Ratatouille is not trying to rip off my beloved movie? What if they actually have their own piece of art that happens to be about a rat who cooks? Now I thought, okay, well, how am I gonna watch Ratatouille with all these streaming services? It's absolutely impossible to watch what you want to watch. But no, I found it on YouTube. It's 44 minutes long and it's on YouTube and it's free. So if you are interested in watching it, there you go. I don't recommend it though, but that's for later, okay?
Marcel Toing prepares the most delicious and exotic dishes, always using special secret ingredients.
Oh, I must say that smells delicious.
Did you have any doubts, sir?
There's no doubt about that here. Their food is always guaranteed to be delicious. We came from a great distance because everyone we heard from said the food is great at Ratatouille.
Boy, that's the truth. It was my second cousin Vinny who told me about this great restaurant. Whenever he travels to the city on business, he always eats at the Ratatouille.
It's so nice of you to say so. I'll tell Marcel he loves compliments.
I hope you will tell him.
Come on, Greg, it's time.
Oh, what is this? Oh, it's like a battle montage. Whoa, this is an epic montage. Oh my god, he's kicked his shoe at me. Okay.
Come on, Greg, we have to grab as much of this cheese as we can.
Precisely.
Precisely.
If you're willing to talk things over, Greg!
It's walking on its back feet.
Is everything okay, Marcel?
Yuck!
It's just fine.
Yuck!
Precisely.
Precisely. Precisely. What the Well, there you go. That was Ratatouille. Just a waste of my fucking time, basically. I've prepared a PowerPoint presentation to help us work through what we've just seen here, okay? So as you can see here, we have Ratatouille versus Ratatoing. A review by Rose, that's me, Ratatouille superfan. Me. Let's debrief, let's see what really happened here. Number 1. Of course, we have the main characters. You can enter, okay. Number 1, in Ratatouille, we have Remy and Linguini! Oh my god, the perfect pair. Unsuspecting best friends, okay? So as we know, Remy has a passion for food, but he is a rat. So he needs to use Linguini, human, by the way, to pursue a career in a French kitchen. Linguini has no passion. Not a single, not for nothing. He doesn't care about shit, actually. What does he care about? He has no passions. He is the bastard son of Gusto, owner of the restaurant, okay? We love Gusto! Shout out, there he is, Gusto! This is the owner of the restaurant, okay? Gusto's restaurant. Remy finds the... We'll get into it, but you know, see, these are the main characters. Lots of lore with Remy. His story starts from a long time before we get to the kitchen. Okay, so you really get to know this guy. This guy, not so much, but he's lovable. You know, he does end up revealing some things as we get into the movie. And Gusto, well, yeah, no, he's not a main character, so don't worry about it. And then in Ratatouille, the main character is Marcel Toing. Marcel runs the best restaurant for rats, by the way, in Rio de Janeiro, Ratatouille. So one of the first distinctions, I guess we can say with the movies is that Ratatouille, the restaurant is for humans. So it's a rat cooking for humans. Yuck! And then this one, it's a rat cooking for other rats. And he runs the best rat restaurant in Rio de Janeiro called Ratatouille, after his last name. You know, well, I don't know if you're sensing any similarities here, but that's not for us to judge yet. I've still got some more juice for you. Oh. Alrighty. Story. Number 2, story. You can give a brief description of the topic you want to talk about. Okay. Now, the story. Very important. Ratatouille. I'm sure you've all seen it before, right? Because it's the best movie ever made. But I'll just give you a very quick rundown. Remy, the rat, he becomes separated from his family, okay? Oh, very sad. I shed tears. So sad he gets lost in the sewers of all places, okay? But then he gets to the end of the sewer line, or he ends up finding land, and he finds himself lost in Paris. Hello, wee-wee. Anyway, look. He ends up having delusions, but these delusions in particular are of a chef called Gusto, one of the greatest French chefs. Remy is looking in the kitchen from the rooftop, and he notices this dish cleaning, not chef, bloody, whatever you want. This guy messing up the soup in the restaurant. And he's like, what the heck? He's ruining the soup! And then he accidentally, amongst, you know, all of this, chaos, he actually falls into the kitchen. He trips and falls into the kitchen. And he's like, well, while I'm here, he actually fixes the soup that this guy ruined, okay? Linguini finds out, what the hell is this? It's a rat? A rat is cooking in the kitchen. And Linguini is like, what the? But then they taste the soup and the soup is amazing. So then Linguini hatches a plan. He puts him under his toque. He learns how to pull his hair, and they end up like, you know, kind of like a puppet, and they end up cooking together. Okay, they save the restaurant. Linguini falls in love with one of his co-workers. Classic. But I must give you a warning. Don't date your co-workers. Never ends well, okay? Just don't do that. Last but not least, the asshole food critic becomes nice after tasting their ratatouille. It reminds Anton Ego, a very famous food critic, of his childhood, and they end up all becoming friends and happy ever after. Ta-da! I'm still waiting for number 2. Ratatouille. It's got to be in the works. Now, Ratatouille, on the other hand, the story for Ratatouille, okay? As we've previously discussed, Ratatouille is the best restaurant for rats in Rio de Janeiro. I don't know how many rat restaurants there are. They don't really tell us, but they repeated this for the first 15 minutes of the movie. The first 15 minutes of the movie was them repeating that Ratatouille is the best restaurant in Rio de Janeiro. 1/3 of the movie. Anyway, due to this, you know, with money, more problems, right? Rats from a competing restaurant, they want to know his secret. Is it a secret ingredient? Is there a supplier? Like, how come he runs the best restaurant? How come none of the rats are coming to our restaurant? So they become spies. They actually end up eating in his restaurant every day of the week for a really long time. A month or something, they said? A few months? I forget, it was so insignificant. But anyway, they end up eating at his restaurant every night. But no wonder no one's going to your restaurant. No one's cooking. You're all eating at this restaurant. Anyway, short story short, they find out he sources his ingredients from a human kitchen next door. That's stealing. A similar topic discussed in Ratatouille, actually. You don't steal. Marcel and friends, they steal from the kitchen next door, a human kitchen next door. So the spies find out this secret and they go, oh my God, we found the secret. Now what are we gonna do about it? The spies hatch a plan to sabotage this food source. Okay, they find out a way, how can we stop these guys from having the freshest food in all the land? So the rats end up doing a little dance in the human kitchen, and then the humans set traps because they're like, ew, we have rats in here. Marcel has been framed by the other rats, okay? The humans in this kitchen, they set up traps, and they also get a cat. I guess in the hopes of the cat eating and killing Marcel and his friends. And I mean the other dancing rats that were actually spies and framed Marcel. Well, as you can probably tell, Marcel and his friends aren't aware of these new traps being set up because, you know, they go there every Thursday, they go to the human kitchen and they get fresh food for their restaurant. Anyway, this Thursday was unlike any other and they went to the restaurant, to the human kitchen. Lo and behold, mouse and rat traps. And even worse, a evil cat that looks like a toad. You know, I guess that's an artistic choice, you know. The cat is befriended by Marcel and becomes a regular diner. He dines at Ratatoing, a restaurant for rats, every night because they have become such good friends, okay? I believe Marcel actually gave him some cheese, and so they bonded through cheese. I too bond through cheese, so there you go. And the cat actually ends up trapping the spies, you know, the ones that set our friend Marcel up. The cat traps them, and they end up getting sent away to a lab to become lab rats. That's the story. I made it sound a lot more interesting than it is, to be honest. But anyway, we continue. Number 3, quotes. We all know Ratatouille has the best quotes. These are just, it was a very hard time deciding which ones are the best quotes. However, someone has to do it. I did narrow it down to 3, okay? Number 1, not everyone can be a great artist, but a great artist can come from anywhere. It is kind of like anyone can cook, but in a different, sort of said differently. It's like, you know, anyone can do anything. Doesn't matter where you're from. No matter where you're from, who you are, what you do, as long as you love me. That's what Anton Ego is saying, okay? Augusto, if you focus on what you left behind, you will never see what lies ahead. Clicks for Gusto, please. It is very true. If you keep looking back there at your stinky situation you were in last year or a few years ago, you go, oh, I wish I did that differently. Or, oh, why did I put myself through that? Oh, you know, I should have had more respect for myself, la la la. Don't worry about it. While you've been marinating on all that stuff, you've been missing out what is ahead of you. Hello? Wake up, everybody. Okay, last but not least, I got a fart. I don't want to put that in. The only thing predictable about life is its unpredictability, and I'd like to add death. I'd like to add that in because there's really 2 things predictable about life, is that unpredictability and death. I think that because you kind of can't live without dying. So there you have it. 3 very, very good quotes from Ratatouille, and there's plenty more where that came from. Now, Ratatouille, believe me, I tried. Believe me, I tried. This is all we got. And you say, who is Greg? Don't worry about it. Pretty grim. Moving on. Oh, hey! Oh, hey, who put that there? Who put that there? Make sure you like and subscribe if you're still watching, okay? I really appreciate it. Last but not least, copyright or coincidence? I have pulled these two images here from each movie. I'll let you decide which one's from which movie, okay? 2 blue rats stirring soup with a wooden spoon. I'd like to say that, you know, I've seen a lot of this. I've seen a lot of blue rats stirring soup. I'd love to say that, but I can't. I can't say that I've seen many movies revolving around blue rats cooking soup, alas. Let's not get too ahead of ourselves here. I just wanted to mention the release dates of these movies because there's something quite peculiar about it. Ratatouille premiered June 22nd, 2007, Hollywood premiere. Ratatouing 4 days later. 4 days after the premiere of Ratatouille, Ratatouing appears. That's a little bit too fast. Anyone in the comments, can you tell me if you're like, you know anything about movie making or anything? Is it possible to make Ratatouille in 4 days? But I have something to discuss after this. Now, of course, similarities. They both have rats, blue rats, as the main character. They both involve cooking. They both involve stealing from humans. And I've already said that one. So, on the topic of release dates, I suppose what's happened here is obviously Ratatouille had some promo before it was premiered. You know, we were all aware there was a blue rat cooking. That was what was being teased by Disney at the time. So what it appears to me is that Ratatouille saw this and they actually made a movie with a rat cooking, and they tried their very darndest to get it to be the same as Ratatouille because no one has seen it yet. Given the information of a blue rat in a kitchen, that's exactly what they made. Nothing more, nothing less. Tell me what you think in the comments. Do you think this is copyright? Do you think it's a disgusting form of art stealing, just like the rats steal the food from the humans? Is the Ratatouille stealing ideas from the Disney? Peace, love, and farts. See you in the next one. Goodbye.